very first time, led more than 125,000 people in central London to condemn the massacres of Jenin, if you remember. That organisation was the Muslim Association of Britain. Our next speaker is from the Muslim Association of Britain. Please welcome Sister Amina Blake.
My dear brothers and sisters in Islam and comrades in humanity, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. On New Year's Eve, while I was listening to the news, it struck me how lucky I was that the only explosions I could hear in my life were the joy of the New Year celebrations and not the explosions of bombs coming to kill myself and my neighbours. Images of tiny blood-stained faces loom out at us every day within the media. And as I speak, more blood-stained faces are being brutally massacred, adding to those graves. And as I speak, Israeli tanks and ground troops are waiting to pounce like hyenas to further maim and kill innocent people in these crimes against humanity. Let us remember that our Palestinian brothers and sisters have already tolerated years of violent oppression, 18 months of siege, crippling their food and medical supplies. In the 1990s, the world stood back and watched while thousands of people were slaughtered in Srebrenica. And I say to you today, my dear brothers and sisters, will we allow that to happen again? Or will we stop it now? As a democratically elected representative, surely it is a part of a Prime Minister's duty to speak on behalf of the British people. Well, these British people are screaming, protesting and imploring, no, no, no.
No!
So I say to you now, Mr. Brown, where do your loyalties lie? With the American-supplied bombs raining misery down on Gaza, or with the voices of your own people and your duty to your country? Do the right thing. My brothers and sisters, this demonstration is not the end of a great voice, but the beginning of a greater one. So when we return home, let us stay joined as we all are today, and let our resounding and continuing cry echo around the world. Make it stop! Make it stop! Make it stop!
Make it stop! Make it stop! Make it stop! Make it stop! Make it stop!
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now there's one organisation in Britain that campaigns day in, day out to build solidarity throughout Parliament and the Labour movement with the Palestinian people. That's the Palestine Solidarity Campaign. Please welcome its General Secretary, Betty Hunter.
Thank you, Andrew. Today is just such a fantastic message, both to the Palestinian people that we're standing with them, and also to the cowardly British government. Shame on you!
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you!
The war that's being waged by the Israeli politicians upon the innocent, unarmed civilian population of Gaza is a war to help them in their election campaign and to help them into their continual aim of taking the whole of the West Bank and Gaza away from the Palestinian people. You have Ehud Barak, the Labour Party, the warmonger who's telling the airplanes to come. You've got Netanyahu, who's cheering on all of the warmongering and who hopes to be elected and who will say he will have nothing to do with the Palestinians. And you've got Livni from the Kadima party, who pretends She says she's for the transfer of the Palestinian Israeli citizens of Israel. All of the politicians of Israel have absolutely no interest in peace, absolutely no interest in justice for the Palestinian people. But day after day, they are pledging their lies on the British media and around the world, and it is all lies. The Israelis may believe their lies. Our politicians might choose to believe the lies of these Israelis, and our media unfortunately publishes the lies. But the people of Britain and around the world, represented by you here today and the thousands in other parts of the country, refute the Israeli lies. We will not believe these lies. We will continue demonstrating. We will continue boycotting Israeli goods. We will continue lobbying Parliament, demanding the end of the EU trade agreement until Palestine is free, until Gaza is free. Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
We've been blocking the roads of London ever since Sunday. We've been blocking the roads outside Kensington High Street, and we've been blocking the roads today because so many thousands of people are wanting to demonstrate. So this is not the end. We are going to be back in central London next week for a demonstration. So remember, tell everybody, come out, protest, write to your MP, write to the Foreign Office. Our next speaker is chair of the All-Party Parliamentary Group on Palestine. He's an MP that has led the struggle in Parliament for justice for the Palestinians. I'm really pleased to be able to be with us today. Give a warm welcome to Richard Burden MP.
Thank you, Sarah. And it's great to see so many thousands of people here today. And I bring you a message from the Britain-Palestine Group and others in Parliament. As I stand here today, over 70 backbenchers, parliamentarians in the UK have signed a statement with a clear message, and that message is for a ceasefire now and for an arms embargo to stop the killing in Gaza. And there's a clear message to President Bush. When we call for a ceasefire, and this is a message to Israel as well, when we call for a ceasefire, we're not saying this is somehow an optional extra. We're not saying this is something that happens when you feel like it. It's going to happen now, because what is going on, the bombing of Gaza, is a crime. You cannot fire missiles, you cannot shoot bombs into an area that's 25 miles long and 7 miles wide without killing civilians and killing them in the scores and the hundreds. And you know, when you attack police stations, when you attack government buildings, when you attack mosques, when you attack hospitals, these are not military targets, these are not Hamas targets, these are civilian targets, and these are targets of the entire Palestinian people. And those targets, you know, we have paid for. Money from the European Union has gone in to build up those institutions, a Palestinian state that is being destroyed now. And that's why we need to say very clearly ceasefire, and also to say not only have the missiles from Gaza into southern Israel got to stop, and the weapons going to them has got to stop. It's about time we said to the United States and to other countries that the F-16 fighters that are attacking Gaza were built in the States. So as a world a ceasefire, we say arms embargo now, stop the killing, end the occupation, and free Palestine.
Thank you, Richard.